and something I want to do is host and create something like that. Because those platforms really helped me get to where I'm at, which is why, like, you know, I've been, once again, your show has kicked off. Outside that interview, so many conversations happening. And, you know, one of the things that people don't realize, once again, I was telling you earlier that everybody's journey is different.
Correct.
You know, I did hear Katt say, like, you know, he was talking about Kevin Hart. Like, well, Kevin Hart, how many people you know come to LA with a movie and a sitcom and this and that? Well, unfortunately, I was watching it. I'm like, dang, Katt he don't know about the festival circuit. He don't know. Jesus Christ. You know how Kevin gets deals like that? You go to the Just for Laughs Festival in Montreal, which is one of the biggest comedy festivals in the world. You know what happens at the Montreal Comedy Festival? You go up on stage, have a great 5 to 10 minutes, and the next day you're meeting with studio execs that are actually there. They were giving people deals at these festivals. That festival helped change my life.
They still do that?
Still do it. It's still the biggest. Like, a lot of us go now and get awards from it now. I got an award as a breakout comedy star a couple years ago. And I remember my speech, I teared up giving my speech. You know why? Because I sat in the back of that room 10 years ago as a new face comic. It was like, one day I'm going to be up there to get an award. And I got my award and it was packed in there. And I told the comics, I had a little speech in there. I said, let's forget the speech. I sat in that last seat back there. And watched the award show and spoke that up, that I was going to be up there getting this one day. You know, I'll say this once again, you don't know everybody's journey like that.
Right. You
don't. And I think people got to be okay with not understanding different parts of the game. Like, brother, the festival, a lot of people it was a time, the early 2000s, man, they was giving out deals at the HBO Aspen Festival and the Just for Laughs Festival. They was giving cats like $500,000 and having like just money. I think Katt might have been one of the people that got one of those deals at one point. Whatever opportunities you get, that's on you what you do with it.
Right.
You can't judge nobody else how they took the ball and ran with it.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why I had to say that.
Kevin Hart produced he actually executive produced your first solo stand-up special. Yep. How did you become cool with K Hart?
Through Naeem Lynn is how we really pretty much met. Naeem Lynn is one of the cats that toured with him, one of the Plastic Cup boys. Naeem couldn't do a show. I think it was in Chicago somewhere. And he told Kev, like, you should have Rel open up. And that's how that happened. Naeem was doing something else, suggested me, and that's how me and Kev met.
And you, because you had asked Said to also, because you're very cool with Said.
So on my list, I didn't even have Kev on the list. We had, at that time, we had the same agent, and he suggested Kevin. But I wanted either Sid or Russell Peters.
Okay.
Which, you know, a lot of people don't talk about Russell Peters. Russell Peters is one of the most giving comedians of all time. Like literally giving. Like, he's, man, I don't know anybody. Most of us have stories about him just looking out for us and not asking for anything back, man. Like, and once again, a lot of the cats are like that, you know, Chris Spencer, all these different, there's so many different people that sold into my career that man, I'm very appreciative of them.
You were in Fatherhood with Kevin.
Yeah.
So you guys have become close because now he puts you in some of his films.
Well, Fatherhood is interesting because I think I got that because somebody else got in trouble. And because it was very last minute. You know, I was shooting something else at the time. And I really didn't want to do anything. I wanted to take a break. And, you know, they kept calling and I was like, I asked for a crazy number. Like, well, they give us this, I'll do it. I'm like, oh, they said yes. And I was like, all right, I'll do it. But yeah, that was kind of last minute, but it was fun to do with Kevin. Fatherhood was that's actually a really good film. I think that's one of Kevin's best films, actually. Yeah.
Who's your top 5 comedians today? Right now, as we sit there on this couch, who's Lil Rel's top 5 comedians?
Damn, that's a good question. You know what's funny? They sent kind of the questions, but I thought it was gonna be of all time. You today, damn.
Today.
That's a tough one. Ooh. So that just means actively doing stand-up right now.
Right now.
Wanda Sykes. That's
my girl. I love Wanda.
And I'm just saying stand up. Right now, who I think is putting it.
Man, you ain't got to give all this explanation. We'll go ahead and say it now. Trying to hedge.
Wanda Sykes, Earthquake, Ali Sadiq.
Okay.
Hmm.
You only got 2 more spots.
Oh, damn.
Choose wisely.
I know who people want me to say.
I don't want you to say nothing. I just want you to know that millions and millions of people gonna watch this.
And other people gonna get mad at this. Gerard Carmichael.
Okay. Rel? Oh man.
I mean, look, I remember, and I got honorable mentions like Deion Cole and different people like that. But like, somebody recently put out one of these lists of who's the whatever. Everybody's trying to figure out what the criteria is, right?
Right.
I've purposely done things. I've purposely done the amount of specials I've done. I've purposely done all the movies and television shows and all this stuff. And I'm like, don't consistency count?
Of course.
But it's like if you're not a part of the hype machine of things, you're never really in a conversation. We still got people who still want to be a part of these lists too much. I think you should graduate a list. The reason why I don't mention Chappelle, the reason why I don't mention Chris Rock, I do believe people graduate. I think Sid graduated. I think, Chris graduated. Dave graduated from being on a list. Kevin has graduated from being on a list. Like, y'all kings and OGs. Y'all don't need to be on these lists no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
And so, yeah, that's my list. I think Wanda Sykes to me is the most underrated legend.
I like Wanda.
She's fucking brilliant.
I like some more. I like Adele Gibbons.
I love all of them.
Yeah.
But we talking about like right now. But this is just my opinion.
Yeah, of course. I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, give me your 5 greatest comedians of all time.
That's easy. And I was thinking about this earlier because Richard is who we all put as number 1. But I don't know if I think he's almost like the creator of the style, what we are. So I don't know if we put Richard on there, but we just know Richard is.
Yeah, Richard, yeah. I don't know how you have a list if he's not on it.
Yeah, but he don't have to be neither.
You can't.
He's just the guy.
Well, how you have a list?
He's a comedy guy.
Yes, but I'm saying, how do you have a list if Michael Jordan ain't on the list?
You're right. Okay, all time. You asked me that. So Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Moms Mabley, Bernie Mac, Robin Harris.
Okay.
That's my top 5. And Eddie's, to me, he's the, that's who I've emulated the way I do stand-up, telling stories, acting out characters, all that stuff is based off watching Eddie Murphy, listening to every Eddie Murphy album.
How many times do you watch Raw?
Oh, I've seen Raw a million times, but I watched Delirious way more times. Matter of fact, it's an album he has. I bought a Best of Eddie Murphy cassette tape that I ended up downloading recently, but I bought the tape. I had the tape for years. And the joke he does about getting hit by a car is to this day one of the funniest bits of all time.
Right.
Yeah.
You did a bit with Chappelle. What makes Chappelle so great?
You know what makes Chappelle so great? Is his honesty. I like the fact that Chappelle decided he didn't want to focus on anything else but stand-up. It's almost like he didn't want that other part of his career no more because he wanted people just to look at his stand-up.
Right.
This last Chappelle special is I think is amazing. I really enjoyed it.
It's unbelievable.
It's really funny, and I know people are still, people are upset about whatever. But it's so interesting. I think this is his silliest special I've seen in a while, and I love that actually because I do think sometimes we get too serious in comedy, and it feels like a TED talk. But this one was just funny and silly, and I loved it.
His SNL special that might be top 10. That last one he did.
Oh yeah, I don't know if he's ever done a bad monologue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my not lasting, but one of the things on my bucket list that I really have to do is SNL.
SNL.
It's not even just about the monologue. Cool, I got that, but like I want to just do the funniest sketches you've seen.
A guy that doesn't get the credit that I think he deserves, and obviously, and this is we know what transpired outside of comedy, is Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
And you had a couple of run-ins with him. Well, you having it with everybody.
Look, hold on. I didn't have no run-in with Bill. That was Hannibal. Don't. Why would he ain't have no run-in with him neither? Nobody had a run-in with Bill Cosby. None of us had no run. I think Gerard is the only one I know who had a conversation with Bill Cosby.
Right.
Anybody else, no. But we do a car.
Hannibal the one that told a joke that got everything seemingly reignited. That's what they said.
That's what they said. I don't blame. Like, you can't blame nobody just to think about it. So Cosby has been in conversations amongst the comedians in diners
for years.
At the 1 a.m, we all eating food. It's literally been heated debate before it even came out.
Right. Yes.
It was just conversations about it. And so, like, it's very interesting. Like, I think Cosby is one of the greatest stand-up comics of all time. I do believe that. But he's not on my list.
Right.
I feel bad. I didn't put Sinbad on there. Oh, that's a tough one. See, that's why I don't like doing top 5, man.
Why do you think some of the older comics have a problem with some of the younger comics?
Oh, man, I could break that down. So, you know what's funny about me, Shannon? I'm in between both classes of comics. So, like, you know, my big brothers are Sid and D-Ray and all those guys.
Right.
And then my little brothers are Gerard and Hannibal and all those guys. Mm-hmm. And over the years, I've had to have heated arguments with some of my OGs about them. Like, where they was just outright hating on some of them. Like, man, the white people only like them and they only get the deals because I'm like, fam, no, they work really hard. See, a lot of y'all got y'all money and bought cars and jewelry and all this other stuff. That brother brought Final Draft and learned how to write a script.
Right.
This brother's, you know, I brag about Gerard all the time. I recently saw somebody say this, and I love my big brother, Corey Holcomb. I love him to death, Chicago OG, but he be saying crazy shit that doesn't make sense. Recently, he said something about Gerard. Now, this is so crazy. I just saw him, and we embraced, but he was being a little hesitant. I was like, but he didn't know I didn't see the Gerard thing first.
Right.
He called Gerard an industry plant, right? Because he said he had a sitcom, and he hosted awards.
Just because you ain't got something, that don't mean everybody a plant.
And that's my point. I got a little upset about it because I'm like, well, I've seen Gerard. I did Carmichael show with Gerard. Mm-hmm. Every single night, take that script home. After he leaves the writer's room with the writers, he took it home personally. Stayed up to about 5, 6 in the morning. Had to meet us all on set at 7:30 to rehearse it. That's work ethic. You know why people have success like that? Because they really put the work in.
You're absolutely right.
They fucking put the work in. And I know a lot of cats, I know you're not putting in that type of work. I love you to death, but you're not. And it's easy to say, hey, this person did it this easy route and did all this other shit because you don't know their work ethic.
Right.
You can't talk about you write and do all this shit. It's funny because I'm watching it from this older generation. Everybody's like, yeah, you know, I was offered this movie, but then they wanted me. Which movie was it? So I can see stop this shit. Mm-hmm. Because some of us just worked our ass off.
Right.
Like, even just hearing Katt hear all the things he's been through and why he didn't do this or go here and do this.
Yeah, because you and Katt had some back and forth. Y'all cool now?
No, not really. No, but it's okay. It's okay, though. It's okay. We don't have to be.
Right.
Because his success is his success and my success is my success.
What started it?
Well, this is the thing about it. That Wanda Smith interview.
Yeah.
The part nobody talks about is, for no reason, Katt brings up me, Gerard, and Hannibal Buress. For no reason at all.
Okay.
I don't even remember what the fucking question was. He just let it like, you can't, Lil Rel, yeah, they gonna make you a star, Lil Rel, but you ugly. Yeah. So what the fuck I got to do with this?
So you was in there with...
That's the beginning of the interview. That's what made Wanda kind of start fucking with him. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, the whole Wanda back and forth for him is the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
And Wanda wasn't always nice to all of us.
No.
To be quite honest with you.
Right.
So it was very interesting that all this transpired.
It was interesting
especially
to see
those two. It's the craziest happenstance of all time. But that's what it was. Katt, I don't know what that meant. He said they're gonna make you a star, Lil Rel, but you're ugly. He said Lil Rel, Gerard, Carmichael, Hannibal can't walk the mall in Atlanta. I forgot the mall.
Lennox,
and no woman would talk to them. And to this day, man, I swear to God, I ain't trying to start no shit. I just don't understand. Look, I don't think I'm the finest nigga in the world.
Right.
But a short nigga with a perm.
Man, you know he gonna see this and respond.
I don't give a fuck.
God, Lord have mercy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if we was both two regular niggas in a mall,
Right.
and he has the perm and
Right.
the mustache,
Right.
and I walk in like this with my regular shit, who the fuck you think women gonna talk to?
I don't know, Rel. I don't know. I ain't in it.
I'm just saying. So that's the only irritating thing about that for me. Like, other than that, it's like, Katt, brother, if I'm an ugly nigga, thank God, because that's why nothing didn't happen to me. Ain't nobody approach me.
Right.
Ain't nobody asked me to do shit. I guess I'm an ugly, talented nigga.
Right.
I'm okay with it.
Man, Rel, God. Rel, why you come up here upset in the
You
car?
know what? I didn't do anything. You asked about it, and I'm just saying, like, and look, all comics, y'all, all of us, like, man, everybody's like, come on, man, you gonna go. But Katt did say that shit. It was just weird. I just, even when him talking about Jonathan Majors, it's like, who do Katt Williams think he look like? Like, you're not an attractive person. You look fucking weird.
Rel.
He does.
How about you? Have you talked to Katt?
People dress like this nigga is Halloween, like him, not the character.
Yeah.
They don't dress as Money Mike. They dress as Katt Williams.
When the last time you saw Katt?
This is a crazy story, right? So, it was at the Emmys a couple years ago. So this is when we into it. Like this is happening.
Yeah, okay, y'all go.
We did the videos, it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
I just presented an award at the Emmys. I go backstage, right? And Chappelle don't know me and this dude beefing.
Right.
Chappelle sees me. Oh, Lil Rel. Oh, Katt Williams. Katt. You know Lil Rel, you know Katt. Now we just staring at each other.
Oh,
Dave was like, what the fuck wrong with you two niggas, right? Cause we ain't say
y'all just look at each other. Ain't nobody say
and
nothing.
I'm balling my fist up like, you ever see the author meme?
Yeah.
I'm standing there like this. We ain't saying shit to each other. And he's holding his Emmy. He has his Emmy in his hand. That was the last time I saw it. Nothing happened. He just walked away.
Y'all didn't say, hey, what's up, bro?
It wasn't, nigga. I was still fuming. At that time, it was like, yo, we about to what the fuck about to happen back here? Cause it's,
God, Montreal.
yeah, I'm a Chicago nigga too. So it's like, I mean, we about to do this.
Oh, my goodness.
We about to turn the Emmys into the Source Awards.
You once said that you believe Katt was jealous of you. You still feel that way?
Nah, I was just talking shit. I don't think he's jealous of me. I do think he's jealous of Kevin Hart, and it's so weird because he don't have to be. Like, brother, you are so fucking successful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're one of the most successful stand-up comedians we've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have the hype machine. Honestly, he's the benefit of bootleg DVDs. You remember when
yeah.
In Chicago, I remember being in Chicago at the time, everybody had that Katt Williams special in their house.
Right.
And because, bootlegger helped comedy at that time.
Right.
Because those people go buy tickets to see you.
Right. Absolutely.
The bootleg man really was he was your promoter.
Yes.
They watch you at the crib and you were selling all your shows. And Katt benefited from that, man.
Right.
And I think he's not even just stand up, man, like anytime you see him on screen.
Oh, yeah. He just won an Emmy for Atlanta, right?
He won that shit for Atlanta. He fucking, every time you seen him on Wife and Kids, like he was fucking great on there.
Yeah.
He was like, you see him on, like even the school dance movie, we know that's not a good movie.
Right.
But only thing you watch is that clip. You know what I mean? It's fucking brilliant. Mm-hmm. And so like, look, let me say this. I'm talking shit. We roast each other. We comics is what it is. I don't give a fuck. Whatever you say about me after this, I don't give a rat's ass. But at the same time, I really do wish that we could, I'm not trying to sound like some old let's get along shit, but like, god damn, there's no reason why we can't do another Harlem Nights with all this great fucking talent. Or like, not even Harlem Night, but just a movie that features everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Harlem Nights were great.
Man, like Nick tried to do it with School Dance, but like, let's find something with like a really good script.
Right.
Some really dope shit, and like fucking get all these powerhouses on fucking screen together. Like, I'm sick of this shit.
Right.
It doesn't make fucking sense. Be honest with you, it's a bunch of old beefs. So I'll say this right now. Katt, look, I'm just talking shit. I ain't mad at you. I can give a rat's ass. I respect the fuck out of you. You one of the greatest to ever do it. Even if you talk shit about me after this, I don't really give a fuck. But I respect you, and I respect all y'all. So, like, I just think we all should figure out a way to, like, merge this shit up, man. Like, we all talk shit, man, but I don't think we should bring in our behind-the-scenes comedy mess.
Right.
I don't know, just call these people.
Right.
Call Ricky and tell Ricky, hey, man, Ricky, I didn't like the way you was talking shit on the Friday set about how that was supposed to be your role. And just talk it out.
Right.
Call Sid and say, Sid, man, I felt like that joke, that really a joke that's not even a big fucking deal, and they both do it totally differently. And it's a joke none of you need anymore.
Right.
Let's talk this shit out. Even with Steve Harvey, talk this shit out, man. You know, Bernie, we don't have to show Bernie love by shitting on somebody else.
Oh, real.
Bernie's one of the greatest to ever fucking do it. One of the hugest influences ever in this game. He's one of the cats to me that always gonna represent a grown-ass man in his fucking business.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if Bernie would let this shit fly like this. Cause he wasn't that type of dude. He wasn't gonna be, you know, even when Bernie talked about, even they been playing the clip of him talking about comics stealing jokes.
Right.
But that's real advice. To this day, it's the reason why I don't go up to LA a lot.
Right. We gonna steal your shit.
Nigga. And so like, and I get it because most of the time people want to do what they think is the hot thing to do.
Right.
If you're the hot thing, guess who they gonna mimic to make it? Because everybody want to make it.
Right.
That's one thing. People talk about all this other shit. I'm like, no, like people steal styles and dialect and all types of shit because they like, well, this person made it. So, you know, I don't know. I love, and let me give you some props too, because and any other comic that does this after this, we realize how mainstream you are. I don't know if you know that shit. And you've only had us on here. Mm-hmm. And so I think, you know, for the most part, you know, I told my story, hopefully inspired somebody. Yeah. That's what we should be doing.
Right.
Telling our stories and promoting each other. Not even just in stand-up, in fucking movies or TV. We have movies like The Color Purple. Dion Cole, a comic, is in Color Purple. Come on, man. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. Comic View, Def Jam is in a reimagined movie in Color Purple.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And so we have all these things happening. We got the Ava DuVernays and the movies like Origin and fucking American Fiction. Man, I watch and I love everybody. Now I don't know like cornball shit. Shannon, I love this shit. Mm-hmm. I love stand-up. I love movies. I love TV. I thank God every day that I'm able to be. I had a moment when we was in quarantine. I was sitting at home and I was watching TV and I was on like 3 things. Like I had 3 of my movies on. And I remember sitting back on my couch talking to myself, and it's something I learned in therapy, but I was talking to little me like, oh shit, you made it inside the TV. Mm-hmm. I used to only watch that to take me away from shit.
Right.
It was so unrealistic. But I made it inside there. Didn't do anything crazy. Didn't have no connections. I just worked really hard. And look at this. Wow.
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party because you know we like to do something before 2 something.